So just one more final to come, and it's men's doubles. And as we can see, the semi-final draw, 4 different nations involved at semi-final stage. In fact, 4 of the 5 disciplines had that scenario. One seeded pair missing from the semi-finals, that was Endo and Hawakawa, the number 3 seeds. They ended up 4th in their group. So the finalists await in the wings, waiting to be announced on to court. Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra won the world champions against Chai Biao and Hong Wei. Chai Biao and Hong Wei, of course, were beaten finalists last year. They lost out to Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. Can they go one better this year? This their 3rd Super Series tournament final of the year. Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra won. The 2013 winners are also the world champions. They won the Malaysian Super Series event earlier this year.
This is the Dubai World Super Series Finals and the men's doubles final. Please welcome the players. First up from Indonesia, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra.
The world champions, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra won the Super Series finals in 2013 when the event was staged in Kuala Lumpur. Played 11 of the 12 tournaments this year, finishing the year ranked 5 on the Super Series standings, having won just one Super Series title, Malaysia.
And please welcome their opponents, the number 4 seeds from China, Chai Biao and Hong Wei.
Chai Biao and the tall Hong Wei. So desperately they want to go one better than a year ago when they were beaten in the final. They played all 12 Super Series tournaments this year, finishing the year ranked 4 on the Super Series standings. They reached 2 finals. They won in India, and they were beaten in the final of their home event, the China Super Series.
Hello. Okay, black or white? Black.
So the first job of the umpire, the toss of the coin. So the Chinese pair have won the toss. I think they've chosen to serve. I'm not sure which end players have chosen. So our last final of the day, men's doubles, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra won the world champions against Chai Biao and Hong Wei, the beaten finalists from last year. So the Indonesian world champions. Well, 2-time world champions, won the title in Guangzhou 2 years ago and then regained the title on home soil in Jakarta this summer. They are the world number 2s. Back in 2013, they actually finished the Super Series standings as number 1 on the list, but this year they finished at number 5. 11 of the 12 tournaments, 1 title, 4 semi-finals, so pretty consistent. In fact, from all their tournaments, 3 finals from 15 tournaments this year, because they also reached the final of the Asia Championships, having won, of course, the world title and the Malaysian Premier Super Series. Well, in Group A, they actually finished 2nd. They beat the number 3 seeds, Endo and Hawakawa, on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, they lost to the defending champions, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. On Friday, they beat the Chinese pair in just 27 minutes, Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nang. That was extraordinary, 27 minutes. And then yesterday, in the semi-final, they reversed the group match, the result of the group match against the world number 1s, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. They actually had 5 match points in that second game and eventually won in the deciding game on their 8th match point. So to Chai Biao and Hong Wei. Chai Biao 25, Hong Wei a year older. They're both from Fujian province, and they're currently number 5 in the world ranking. They have been as high as 3. So a second consecutive final here at the Super Series finals for this Chinese pair. They have been in 3 finals this year, not only the 2 Super Series finals, winning in India, beaten finalists in China. Last week, they reached the final of the Indonesia Grand Prix Gold event. So they have played an awful lot of badminton of late. Well, as far as their matches are concerned, well, on Wednesday they beat Kim Ji-jung and Kim Sa-rang. They came from 13-18 down in that deciding game. They saved a match point before winning it 24-22. That was an absolute thriller. They then beat Mads Conrad and Mads Kolding of Denmark in 3 games. Friday, they lost to the number 2 seeds and 3-time former champions, Bo and Mogensen, in 2 straight games. And then in the semi-final, they reversed that result, beating them in 3 games, coming from 17-20 down in that decider, and actually saved 5 match points before they eventually won 24-22 in that thrilling semi-final. So 2 matches they've survived match points against them. But here they are in the final, and this will be the 3rd meeting between these 2 pairs. And at the last meeting, it was in this tournament last year that it was 7-11 in the first game, that the Indonesians retired injured. So Sven Seri of Belgium, our umpire, and Henrik Boas of Denmark, our service judge.
Ready to play.
So I don't think we can draw anything from that last meeting between the 2 pairs, because quite obviously at the Super Series finals last year, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan retired injured. And the previous meeting to that was the final of the 2013 Japan Super Series, which the Indonesians won in 2 straight games. Well, this Indonesian men's doubles pair are the only Indonesians ever to win a title at the Super Series finals. They've had 3 other finalists. The Chinese pair are trying to achieve what no other Chinese pair has achieved before them, and that is to win the men's doubles title at the Super Series finals. That's an extraordinary statistic, isn't it? China so dominant for so many years in all 5 disciplines. They've always enjoyed success, but never has a Chinese pair won the men's doubles title at the Super Series finals.
Chai Biao, Hong Wei, China. On my left, Mohamed Ahsan, Hendra Setiawan, Indonesia. Chai Biao to serve to Mohamed Ahsan, level. Play.
I thought the Indonesians yesterday stayed against the world number 1s, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sun. I thought they were very impressive, very quick.
And especially the one who just killed it.
Mohamed
Just
Ahsan.
put this long, Mohamed Ahsan, he was
Yeah.
playing excellent yesterday. But always had quite consistent high level from Hendra Setiawan. Mohamed Ahsan, he was really flying yesterday, and brilliant tactics as well. The Indonesian pair.
Well, the arrow from Chai Biao, and this is 3rd final
Service over.
at the Super
2-1.
Series finals, because in 2011 he reached the final with Guo Zhendong.
Interesting to see how this flat game
2-all.
after the service is going to go, because I feel the Chinese pair is quite strong in that game.
Serve is over.
What are the Indonesians going to do about that? Here was a taste of it. Playing a little bit soft.
That's a good smash from Hong Wei, the tall man.
Serve is over. 3-all.
It seems that the softer smashes from Mohamed Ahsan are creating more problems for the Chinese team than the harder smashes.
That's a good return of serve from Chai Biao.
Serve is over. 4-all.
Service there from
6-4.
Well, as so often in the early stages of men's doubles, we don't see many long rallies, do we?
Oh, there's a lot of focus on the service situation. Trying different kinds of shots, adjusting by centimeters, moving services and returns. But he's lethal in attack, Hong Wei.
8-4.
And that's a big difference to the match we saw the Indonesians play yesterday against Yo Young Sung and Lee Yong Dae. These two players, they hit a bit harder than the Koreans and also a bit steeper. So I don't think the Indonesians can afford to be too much in the defense.
9-4.
Oh, 6 straight points to the Chinese pair. No, they look the world champions look a little more casual today than they did yesterday. They started with great intensity against the Koreans.
Serve over. 5
services from Chai Biao.
A couple of times Mohamed Ahsan has tried a trick shot between the legs, and both times it hasn't worked.
Didn't look entirely legal to me, that service from Hendra Sechuan.
Oh my goodness, the whole racket was broken there of Chai Biao. Extraordinary. How on earth did he?
6-10.
Well, that racket was... I mean, I didn't see a clash of rackets.
Yeah. Oh, there it was.
Oh, there it was, yes. And look at his racket head. to the mid-game interval. Chinese pair with a 5-point advantage. Just 6 minutes played. There's plenty of Indonesian fans in.
I think we're going to see the Indonesians here try to get their third or fourth shot over the Chinese pair. Has to be precise because it can't be too high, then they will be exposed in their defense. But we need to create some room on the front court, and the best way to do that is to move your opponent backwards.
Oh, he had been serving very well.
7-11.
There's also a variation in service placement.
They can't get it over them.
No, and this is what they're so good at, Hong and Chai.
Yeah, look, they're both on the front service line.
Yeah, they are, and they're putting so much pressure on. They're so fast with their rackets, putting so much pressure on. You simply don't have time to get enough backswing on your racket to get it over them. You just block. There's an okay chance for Mohamed Ahsan. Didn't succeed here, but they block almost all the service short. Made a couple of mistakes, Cha Biao. Let's see if he continues that trend.
Oh, it's just wide.
14-8.
Yeah, great call, line judge. Great call.
Service over. 9-14.
It's all out attack at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Chinese.
And that's clearly to the benefit of Chai and Hong. job, Xiaobai and Hong Wei, in covering the front court when attacking.
That is incredible. What a backhand.
17-10.
I thought he was leaving it too late.
Yeah, and it's amazing that the Indonesians, that they're getting beat on their own home soil, so to speak. They're getting beat on the front court.
Yeah. What's going on?
18-10.
Oh, this is absolutely extraordinary. After the way the Indonesians played yesterday, I wasn't expecting this start to the final. But all credit to the Chinese pair. He's just lost the rhythm on his low serve, hasn't he?
And he's made a couple of mistakes as well. If I were the Indonesians, I would try to target Chai Biao.
The sort of thing we saw yesterday. There's been decidedly lacking so far from the Indonesians in this final.
Almost all pairings I would be ready to write off at 18-10. But not this Indonesian pair, because they're really capable of scoring quick points.
Service over. 19-13.
It's timed from Hendra and game point opportunities for the number 4 seeds from China. Yeah. 21-13 in a little over 14 minutes. Oh, that's extraordinary. Totally dominant in game number 1, 21-13.
They were in dire straits yesterday. Had to save 5 match points, the Chinese pair, against Bo and Mogensen. So I guess they feel that it's a little bit of a free roll, that they could just as well have been sitting on a plane right now on their way home. So they're taking their chances, and they're doing it well.
Yeah. Were you surprised at the statistics that China has never won the men's doubles title at the Super Series finals? When you think of Fu Haifeng and Jia Yun?
Yeah, in some ways I'm surprised, but they never won the China Open either.
No.
So they've been focusing on at that time, big events, the Olympics, the World Championships, and so on. But still surprising. I don't know how many Super Series finals they actually have participated in, but sometimes we tend to think that
20 seconds.
they're as strong as they are this year. I mean, almost everybody in top 8 is here, and that has not always been the case. So I don't know if they participated all the times they had the possibility to do it.
Yeah, that I'm not sure about.
I know after the Olympics in Beijing, they switched partners for a while.
Yes, that's right.
Play.
Before getting back together. It's like a satellite, Mohamed Ahsan, revolving around Hendra Sechewan.
Love.
Behind the back. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable.
Serve is over.
This is extraordinary defence behind the back. A second time. Absolutely unbelievable.
Serve is over. 2-1.
They're so fast with the racket. As long as they can play from
Serve is
just
over.
around the tape or above the tape.
2-all.
The Indonesians, they gotta get it below the tape. Have some patience in their attack. But that's easier to say than it is to actually do it on court. Look at the power of that cross. And also hidden a little bit in the fact that they've never won a World Super Series men's doubles title is also that it's a little bit in the dark as to who is going to represent China at the Olympics.
Yeah.
There's not a given number 1 pair and a given number 2 pair.
Serve is over.
I guess it was this pair here, Xiao Biao and Hong Wei, who played the first men's doubles during the Thomas Cup and wasn't really able to cope with the expectations and the responsibility put on them.
That's nicely done. And it's interesting that at the Sudirman Cup earlier this year, despite being the highest ranked Chinese men's doubles pair, and they were number 5 at the time, they were only selected once, and that was during the group matches. They haven't quite had the same experimentation in the men's doubles as they've had in the women's doubles, the Chinese team, but there was obviously some doubts about Xiao Biao and Hong Wei.
I think the pool of players to select from in women's doubles is great. There's some in men's doubles as well also, but I just don't think they would be able to get through the tournaments as easy as they have been in the women's doubles. I mean, whether you play with one partner or another in women's doubles, the Chinese women's doubles still progressed to the semi-finals, finals, and won tournaments. That would definitely not have been the case in men's doubles.
Yeah.
6-3.
between the two groups of fans, isn't it? The Chinese and the Indonesians. Oh, that's gone wide.
Serve is over. 4-6.
Oh, well taken. Very well taken by Mohammed Ahsan.
Serve is over. 7-4.
Wide.
Serve is over. 5-7.
Possibilities for the Indonesians occur after they put pressure on Chai Biao.
8-5.
He's also the main responsible for turning things around on the Chinese side. He's the one who should make the creative defensive shots. Great play by Sechuan.
Yeah, it's a poor judgment though from Chai Biao, wasn't it? Oh, phenomenal. Climbed a ladder there to hit that one.
I don't know if they've managed to get one of his smashes back when he leaps in the air like that. I think you've killed them all.
Yeah. Well, he's a tall man to start with. 1m90, that's 6'3".
Serve is over. 10-6. Serve is over. 7-10.
Game interval. Indonesians with a 4-point advantage. In double quick time, doesn't it? 25 minutes, and we're halfway through the second game. Yeah, the Indonesian fans now in fine voice. Oh, the Indonesian fans will sing and cheer, whatever, won't they? They're terrific.
Play.
And suddenly it's the Indonesians who get the attack.
12-7.
Clever blocks, patience.
Yeah, well left.
Save is over. 8-12.
Oh, goodness, that's quick.
9-12.
John applauds that. Serve and immediately took a step forward to the net, ready to make the kill.
That's definitely something that they've discussed in Innsbruck.
Mohamed Ahsan this time on the drives, moving forward towards the net. And that pressure making the difference.
13-9.
I think there was hesitation as to whether he should return the serve or not. I think he may have thought it was going to land short, but then in the end decided to play it. That is a tremendous smash.
A total change of events here in the second game.
Yeah. Do you think Mohamed Ahsan was a little bit nervous at the start?
Yeah, perhaps, or perhaps they thought that they could sort of bully their way through, and that was not the case. So they need to play a little bit more clever. I think a lot of times the first flat exchange, we see the Indonesians take just a little bit of the speed away, so the shuttle falls below the tape, and the Chinese pair has to play upwards.
Serve is over. 10,
and then if they're
17.
in a bad position themselves, play straight. Sometimes play straight, long through lines, or cross long. Cross lift, long cross lift.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a brilliant shot.
It's another brilliant backhand, isn't it?
11-17.
Somehow leaves actually playing the shot until the last moment.
Yeah.
And that causes something of deception.
That was over.
What on earth has happened to chide the out?
18-11.
Well, it very much looks as if we're going to be treated to a third and deciding game. Because the Indonesians are only 2 points away from taking game number 2.
Serve is over. 12-19.
Oh, my goodness, great reactions from Ahsan. And game point opportunities.
Serve is over. 20,
8 of them.
game point, 12. Serve is over. 13-20.
It's gone long. It is one game apiece.
Game
21-14 in favour of the world champions from Indonesia.
14. 1 game all.
31 minutes and it's 1 game all. Love their badminton. Indonesian fans all over the world, if they watch the badminton, they're very vocal and participate and always create such a wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's actually been quite a good audience here in Dubai, considering that it's a non-top playing badminton country.
Yeah.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Final game.
Well, China, they gotta ask themselves what on earth happened in the second game. We had everything under control, and then suddenly we're totally lost.
That is over. 1 love. That is over. 1 all.
On the third shot.
Oh, it went over. Oh, Mohammed Ahsan was so afraid that he might hit the net or take the shuttle before it had crossed over the net. My goodness me.
There was nothing he could do.
No, no.
Patient, not going for the half chances, blocking instead.
3, 2.
Working hard for it now, Mohammed Ahsan, but he gets rewarded.
Yeah.
4-2.
I felt all the sort of showmanship shots between the legs and so on was actually nerves that made him play like that.
They hadn't figured out what to do. I mean, they've only played them once and then half a set.
Yeah.
And it's a long time since they've played them, so they're probably not really knowing what to expect. Probably having one match of video, but not expecting to be bullied in the flat game in the first game.
5-2.
That's normally where Ahsan and Sechuan are so good. But in the outright flat game, the Chinese have the upper hand. If the Indonesians use their tactical awareness, they can get the upper hand. We've seen that in the last game.
Well, one feels that the momentum is most definitely with the Indonesians now, don't you?
6-2.
Chinese player, they've got to react to this change in strategy from the Indonesians, but I don't think they have. They're just hoping that it will go away, and it won't.
Oh, there's a challenge here.
Long way.
Oh,
Challengers called out.
I didn't think that was particularly close, did you?
No, I didn't think so.
Obviously, we're the opposite end from that
But also
far back line.
break the rhythm and sort of get yourself together again.
No, it's well done. Yeah, I didn't think it was that close.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Oh, that was a desperation
7-2.
challenge.
Play.
He read that well.
Yeah.
Time's over.
Check out.
3-7.
That's clever. I like that dot. Oh, behind the back. It looks terribly spectacular, but it rarely gains much advantage, if any.
7.
It's Mohammed Ahsan that's instigating a quick timeout. But I did wonder when he played that block into the net a couple of rallies ago, whether in fact he was a little bit tired. Well, we know Mohammed Ahsan has an ongoing back problem. And of course, when you have an injury, recurring injury, you can't train as hard as you would like to train. And maybe the stamina is not as he would like it, I don't know. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. That was tremendous from Mohammed Ahsan. Steadying the ship.
8-5.
Oh, good rally. reactions.
6-8.
So fast, but also look at the way the Chinese, once again, they were both on that front service line. 34 shots. Longest rally of the match so far.
Well played.
Yeah.
It was Chabiao sort of taking a little bit of the pace out of the flat game there, making sure that he could stay in control.
1 point in it. That's good attack
That was
from the
over.
Indonesians.
9-7. Be ready.
Sort of a bit of a misunderstanding or indecision.
10-7.
Have a 4-point advantage at the change of ends here in the third and deciding game. Now the Indonesians have managed to get on the attack. Sure the Chinese pair have the answers at the moment.
No, I don't think so. I think every time Chai Biao is challenged on the front court, he's struggling unless it's a fast-paced shot. So he's not the natural front court player. In many ways, you could say that it's two backcourt players that they've put together. They're just very, very powerful. A little bit similar to the former great Hatequan and Kim Dong-moo.
Oh, my goodness me. How on earth did he play that?
Serve is over.
Well, it was a good flick serve. It seemed to be way past him.
Yeah, it's just one of these stick smashes. Only hit with the racket. Not only the racket, but the arm's not moving a lot.
That's a good interception.
And here we see when Chai Biao comes forward and tries to play the constructive shot, it goes a little bit upwards. And there is Hendra Sechuan ready to punish him. That was lucky. That was lucky for the Chinese pair.
12.
Yeah, look at Mohamed Ahsan, a little jump in frustration when he knew it was going to go long.
Good service.
Serve's over. 13-9.
Yeah, good call. It was just wide. Oh, goodness.
This time they got the racket on it. But, my God, he's powerful.
10-13.
Power and angle. Oh, brilliant. Hendra at his best. Reading the situation at the nets, intercepting quite brilliantly.
Yeah, getting the better of Chai Biao at the net.
Simple block and then the interception.
And the wrong receiver. The Chinese pair. That's well played. That's well played. Good block from Chai Biao.
Serve's over. 12-14.
And they're still very much within striking distance, I feel.
Absolutely. And yet, earlier in this deciding game, I felt the momentum was most definitely with the Indonesians.
Yeah.
But it's shifted again. It's now real doubt. Either pairs for the taking. Oh, good run. Oh, brilliant drop shot. Hendra the former Olympic champion.
15-12.
These critical moments so far has been brilliant.
Great awareness.
Be ready.
The Chinese pair have moved backwards.
Yeah, clever.
16-12.
On the Indonesians after the first game where they were totally outplayed.
Yeah.
17-12.
I wouldn't even have risked my cup of tea at night. Away from the title, the Indonesians.
18-12.
Great coaching by the Indonesian coach, helping two players turning it around after the first game.
Yeah.
Serve's over. 13.
That was powerful attack
18.
from Chai Biao.
Try to serve. Pump. Try to serve.
Good serve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so steep.
And I mean, if they catch
14,
up
18.
to like 16 or 17, it's very intimidating to be up against a player that only has to smash once.
Yeah.
Puts a lot of pressure on your shot quality, a lot of mental pressure.
Serve's over. 19-14.
Points for
20, match
Ahsan
point,
and Sechawan.
14.
their second Super Series finals title for Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan, 2 years after their first. What a tremendous final, though. And for the Chinese pair, we'll spare a thought, because that's the second consecutive year that they've lost in the final. Just over 52 minutes, coming through 13-21, 21-14, 21-14. And they are champions once more, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan.
21-14, 21-14. Thank you.
This the final point of the match. Having to come from behind. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Yeah, the celebrations, the victory for the world champions.
Let's get a word with our champions, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan of Indonesia. Through the interpretation skills of Selvan, describe that moment when you win a tournament like this.
Soalannya ialah gambarkan perasaan apabila menang pertandingan seperti ini.
Pertama, saya mengucapkan syukur alhamdulillah, dan saya mengucapkan terima kasih buat supporter dari Indonesia, dan buat pertandingan ini kita sangat senang ya, karena udah terakhir juara berapa bulan yang lalu, akhirnya di sini bisa juara lagi.
First and foremost, he's thankful to God for this win, and he thanks the amazing Indonesian fans. He's happy to come here. They have won a few titles, and to come here and win again, win in Dubai is very great.
So what did you do then to turn the game around, because your opponents really did start strongly?
Ya, pasukan tim Cina kan menang game pertama. Jadi apa perubahan yang Hendra dengan Ahsan lakukan untuk kembali menang?
Ya, yang di set kedua kita berusaha tampil lepas lagi ya, jadi lebih menyerang lagi dan itu ya.
The tactic was to become more aggressive in the second game, so they went on the attack mode, and it paid dividends.
Well, let's hear it one more time. The very noisy Indonesian support for our champions in the doubles, Mohamed Ahsan, Hendra Setiawan.
Yes, well, delighted champions. A thrilling match. The Indonesians, having been outplayed, quite frankly, in that opening game by Chai Biao and Hong Wei, they regrouped, they got themselves on the attack, and the way they finished, especially Hendra Setiawan, I thought a couple of his interceptions late on in the match were superb. And that just gave him and his partner the confidence that they could see this match through. Relief as well as delight. So that means that all 5 finals have now been completed. We started with a 3-game match and we finished with a 3-game match. In the women's doubles, it was very sad for the European champions, Pedersen and Ruta Yul, because they had to retire in the deciding game. Christina Pedersen, obviously not well. But in the mixed doubles, well, Chris and Gabby Adcock, the married couple, first English players in a final and the first English players ever to win a title at the Super Series finals. And it was convincing, 21-14, 21-17 in just 37 minutes. Then we had the women's singles, and Nozomi Okuhara was 14-6 up in that first game before she had to save a game point and winning it eventually 22-20. In the second game, she was way down, 9-15 down before coming back 21-18 in an hour and 2 minutes. Kento Momota, well, he was just too good for Victor Axelsen today, 21-15, 21-12 in 38 minutes. And as we've just seen, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra won, coming from a game down to win 21-14 in the deciding game. So the men's singles finalists, His Highness Sheikh Monson bin Mohammed bin Nur Rashid Al Maktoum, making the presentation to the winner of the men's singles, Kento Momota.
تتويج نهائي زوجي رجال لسلسلة السوبر العالمية لرجال الطائرة دبي 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony for the Dubai World Super Series Finals 2015 men's doubles will now take place.
رحبوا باللاعبين الفائزين عن نهائي زوجي رجال.
Now please welcome the players for the men's doubles presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the presentation party into the arena. Mr. Theodore Alexandrescu, General Manager of MedLife Golf. Ali Abdul Matawa, Finance Manager of the Dubai Sports Council. And His Excellency Ibrahim Abdul Malik, Secretary General of the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalists from China, Chai Biao and Hong Wei.
For a second consecutive year, Chai Biao and Hong Wei have to settle for second best at the Super Series finals. But they very much played their part in a great last final.
في نهائي زوجي رجال لسلسلة السوبر العالمية لرجال الطائرة 2015 في دبي، حاملين $84,000 من إندونيسيا.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medalists and winners of the Dubai World Super Series Finals 2015 men's doubles, taking home a prize of $84,000 from Indonesia, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra.
A second Super Series Finals title in 3 years for Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan. A 9th Super Series title since they formed their partnership at the Denmark Open of 2012. For the Indonesians, a third title of the year. Malaysian Super Series and of course the World Championship gold medal. Now the Dubai World Super Series final title as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dubai World Super Series Finals 2015 men's doubles champions, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the ceremony for the Dubai World Super Series Finals 2015 men's doubles.
Well, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan came into the finals unseeded, but everybody knew they were always a threat. The world champions have won the Dubai World Super Series Finals title. a second Super Series Finals title for the Indonesians. And this is how they did it. Well, what a wonderful week it's been here in Dubai at the World Super Series Finals. 2 titles to Japan, 1 to England, 1 to China, and 1 to Indonesia. From all of us here in Dubai, from Steen Peterson and myself, Jill Clark, until the next time, bye-bye.